vanilla and a praline note, hasn't really committed to the perfume. They're like, yeah, we're just, we're just the sidekick here, and we get a lot less pay than the star of the show, the oud, gets. So we're just going to bag out early and go have drinks at the pub. Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo, and I am back with another list. This is a top 5 list of sorts. And you'll have to excuse me if I'm distracted. I never record when my husband's here. And my handsome man is sitting on the couch right now. So I'm a little distracted. But I promised him I'd leave him out of this for now. So today I'm going to do my top 5 perfumes that are major disappointments in one regard, but also I'm so glad that I got them in another regard, because they really taught me what I like and don't like. They educated me on myself, because I absolutely do not like any of these. And any time that I have come across perfumes that are similar, I don't care for them either. Not that they're not great perfumes, but everybody's tastes are different. These have notes or combinations or something about the bottle or whatever that, no, does not work for me and won't work for me ever. So I thought I'd just go through them. These are kind of my top 5 fragrant journey learning experience perfumes. So anywho, yeah, let's just get started. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is by Ex Nihilo, and this is Sweet Morphine. Now, I thought this was easy peasy chicken dinner kind of a perfume. Oops. Anyway, I thought this would be a very easy blind buy because the notes sounded great. I love lilacs. I live in the Pacific Northwest. There are a lot of lilac bushes growing all over the place. So I am very familiar with the aroma of lilacs. This does have a hint of that. That's not my issue. This has some mimosa and heliotrope and iris and vanilla and orris root and vetiver. And there's some floral notes, some citrus notes in the dry down, or that are lighter in the background. That isn't my problem with this. My problem is it's multifaceted, my problem. One, this does not smell like it should be at the price range that it is. This smells like something that you could get at Bath and Body Works, but a higher concentration than that, or Victoria's Secret or something. It's nice, but it's not great. And I do like the lilac note in there, I will say, but part B is the fact that it is hugely, hugely powdery. I mean, but what did I expect? That is no fault of Sweet Morphine. That is my fault for not knowing what I liked previous to purchasing this perfume. Because with mimosa and heliotrope and iris and orris root, even some vetivers can be a little powdery depending, what you use. And this is very powdery. But there's a bit of a dichotomy there because it's powdery, yet it's got a sweet moisture to it too. So it's kind of combating with itself in different stages of the perfume, in my opinion. And it smells like something a Barbie doll would wear if she was brought to life. That's kind of what I get with it. It's just not, it's nice, but it made me realize that I do not like powdery perfumes. And I don't like just sweet, floral, mainstream, kind of middle-of-the-road perfumes either. So this one taught me a lot. Now, I will say performance on this sucks. It is not good. I also feel like it will be interpreted as being very heavy feminine, which I also don't care for. I like perfumes that have a lot of androgyny to them. So there was a lot of things that should have been red flags to me. If I'd have known myself better prior to purchasing it, I wouldn't have purchased it. Absolutely not. I would have gotten a sample and then realized, oops. So yeah, no. All right, next. So my next learning experience perfume is by Guerlain, and that's Montprosot Nectar. Empty bottle. Yep. And does that mean that I love the perfume? No. Do I love the perfume? Yes. Problem was, this ridiculously stupid sprayer, this bulb sprayer that I'd heard all about that are horrible. Well, when I got this bottle from a very reputable seller in a sealed box, there was no alternate to this. It was like this sprayer, or I think you got a little cork thing that you could use, but those were your options. There was no proper sprayer to stick in there like a lot of their exclusive perfumes have. Just a stupid bulb sprayer, which is ridiculous when you are a high-class perfume. Offer it, but make sure you have a proper sprayer in there too, because this thing, you lose the perfume. There are so many air spaces in this bulb that the perfume just evaporates so quickly. And they put this stupid rubber little thing here to keep this in the perfume, and that degraded like within a year. What? So it just sat in my drawer because I didn't have anything else to put it in, and I used about, I don't know, half of it, and then the rest just evaporated. Yeah, I won't ever do that again. I always make sure it's got a proper sprayer included, or forget it, I'm not buying the perfume. At least not in this form. I'll buy it in a decant from somebody else who bought it. So Montprosot Nectar is a beautiful perfume. I love the perfume. I had a decant before I popped for a full bottle. It's almond and orange blossom and vanilla, and there's some other white florals, some musk, some woody notes in there. It's a gorgeous perfume, but I will never purchase it again if this is the way they're going to deliver it. You know, performance is okay. For a Guerlain, it's about middle of the road. It really smelled like it had Guerlain's DNA in there too in the deep dry down. But I know I'm smelling this weird deteriorated rubber thing, but it's holding the scent since I have none left in the bottle. All right, well now my fingers smell good. Next. So my next big disappointment, there have been more than one from this house, though, I must say, which really surprises me considering it's Clive Christian. And this is supposed to be like the house of kings, queens, gods, aliens, I don't know. But this is supposed to be the quality house. Well, other than Cosmos Flower, and I have tried a bunch from Clive Christian, I am not impressed. Not in the least. And this one I got for a really good price. They were having a huge sale, had a cute little, it's a special edition, little tiny bottle of L for women. I put some on, I risked it, even though I don't like it. It's not good for me. This is a peppery rose. Blech. And it's not even a sweet, thick, decadent kind of a rose. It's kind of a watery rose with a lot of pepper. There's like pink pepper and artemisian, black pepper, some white florals, some wood, some vetiver. It's just, it's kind of a mishmash of a lot of different things, but it all comes back to that peppery, watery rose. And again, this is no fault of Clive Christian's, because I'm sure a lot of people really love L. This is my fault for not understanding myself prior to purchasing, just like all the rest of them. I learned from each and every one of these what I like and what I don't like. This one, I learned I do not like watery roses. I do not like peppery roses. There is only so many ways a rose can be where I enjoy it, and this is not one of them. Presentation's pretty, you know. It's a cute pink bottle. Hey, can't diss that, but I have tried a lot from theirs. Now, I will say Cosmos Flower is one of my favorites, and this performs like... So it's not a house thing, it's a me thing. But again, I learned, and I will never buy another peppery, watery rose perfume ever again. But I will buy another one of these. Cosmos Flower, these kind of notes. This is gorgeous. All right, next up, another disappointment / learning experience perfume. I have talked about before in my Peach the Foul Note video, which I'll try to remember to put a link up above. That's Park Avenue South by Bond No. 9. Now, I love Bond No. 9. I love the house, I love the bottles, except for they're tippy, but you know, can't have everything. I love the performance. I don't love this, but it taught me more about myself and my nose. And this has green apple and peach and musk and amber and some white florals. And it taught me that I hate peach and I hate green apples as dominant notes in a perfume. Now, there are a couple of exceptions. If it's a very jammy peach, really sweet, thick, decadent kind of a peach, Slumber House has one. That one I really like. Somebody pointed out to me right after I posted the Peach the Foul Note video. That one is like a boozy peach thick compote or something sweet. It's good. It's really good. So that is the exception that proves the rest of my rule with peach. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like green apple in it. Now, I love red apple. I love a red apple note in a perfume, but it's much sweeter. Green apple just adds this tartness, and then when you add a tart peach to it, it's not good for me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. In fact, I'm getting a little headache just from sniffing this. It is very green apple, peach, musk heavy. I don't get any amber or any other notes in the dry down because I never can make it that far. I'm usually scrubbing it first. But again, I learned no peach, no green apple. So yay, because that has helped me a lot, because I was convincing myself I loved those two notes for many years until I delineated them that no, it's not green apple, it's red apple I like. And it's not peach in general. It's got to be peach with very specific notes to elevate it to the sweet jammy level before I can tolerate it or love it. It projects like crazy and lasts 10 hours. And so, ew. Now, it's a shit bomb for me. For you, if you like green apple and peach, you'll probably love it. But it's not for me. I don't like it, and I never will. But I keep the bottle as a little reminder of what not to do in the future. So, and I kind of like it. I like the bottle. I hate breaking up sets, as everybody knows. So, all right. Last up. The last one in this edition, I'm sure there's more perfumes that have taught me more lessons, and if I come up with 5 more, I'll definitely do another list, because I think those perfumes that you dislike emphatically teach you something. And I don't want to call them a regret, because I don't regret them, because if I hadn't purchased them, I wouldn't be able to do this fragrant journey with as much pleasure as I do now, because now I know ixnay on each pay, and so that helps me get rid of a lot of potential unsuccessful blind buys. So this one, a lot of hype. I don't get it. Oud Bouquet by Lancôme. And I made sure I got the original bottle, the original juice, because with the new bottles, I didn't know if it had been reformulated, and everybody said this was so fabulous. And the notes look good to me. I mean, oud, caramel, vanilla, rose, saffron. But this was the cherry on top of the sundae, so to speak, that taught me I do not like oud rose combination perfumes for the most part. They all smell very similar. This one smells a little different because of the caramel and the vanilla, but not necessarily in a good way. I swear I get a little Coca-Cola or root beer vibe with this. And which aren't unpleasant smells, but I don't know. I just don't think A, it's worth the hype, and B, it's still an oud rose combination. Now, just like Jo Malone's oud and rose in it. Yeah, now I love oud and bergamot. That's one of my favorite Jo Malone's. But is it oud and rose? I got that one too. And it's just tart and floral. And this one is a little bit tart, but instead of being floral, it's more sweet. But it's not a good praline or good vanilla note to me. It's kind of an airy vanilla. It's like a vanilla and a praline note. Hasn't really committed to the perfume. They're like, yeah, we're just the sidekick here, and we get a lot less pay than the star of the show, the oud, gets. So we're just going to bag out early and go have drinks at the pub. I don't get the hype. I don't get it. I've never gotten a compliment from it. Everybody's like, not everybody, but there's been some YouTube reviewers that like, oh, most compliment getter, and that's great. But just to remind you, compliments are so relative. Don't live your life off of those. Besides, it's all so regional. And I was reading this article. Somebody showed me this article where this chemist, who is also a perfumer, was saying even altitude can affect how a person perceives a perfume. So it's not only mood and region and demographic and climate, you got to add elevation and things like that to it. So if anybody says, this is the biggest compliment getter, you should go buy it right now, red flag that shit. Get a sample, check it out, and use your own nose, because it's relative. It's absolutely relative. I don't want anybody telling me, you got to go buy this because I got 100 compliments on it, because I need to know, where do you live? Who do you hang out with? What's the elevation? What's your climate like? What was the weather like the day you got the compliment? I mean, there's a lot of variables there. I think that I need more information before I believe that. I might believe it, but believe it for myself. So anyway, good performance on this. It's pretty good. Now, I have other Lancomes that I really love. This just is not one of them. Now, I did tell a fib before. I was going through, I think it was my huge fragrance perfume collection video, and I kind of pointed to Oud Bouquet and said it would never be in one of my top 10 lists. Well, it is in a top list, but not for the reasons that you think. This one was a good learning experience for A, don't listen to hype. Everything is relative when it comes to what people like in a perfume. And B, I do not like oud rose combinations, pretty much no matter what else is involved. There are a couple of exceptions, but not many. So it's root beer in a bottle, really. So an A&W root beer is a hell of a lot cheaper, so just saying. All right, well, those were my top 5 learning experience perfumes. Perfumes I don't regret. I'm glad I have. I learned from them. And they have actually saved me a lot of money, because I will never buy other perfumes that are similar to them. So, and there's a lot of them out there. All right, well, thanks so much for being here with me. Everybody stay safe, use your own nose, and I'll see you soon. Peace.